actions they can take to increase usage. And why do people do this? Well, if they don't do it with automated motions, then they're adding more customer success managers. They're adding more account managers. Now, if you go to the software world, if you just add one person, you've now paid for our software multiple times during the year. So the ROI is massive here. So we are seeing this, as an example that's, used for onboarding, used for success, used for upselling. It's even, we even have colleges now when a student is accepted to a university, they get their acceptance notice with a personalized video. It's relatable, it's unique, and remember, being accepted, that's one step. Recruiting them to come to your school, that's what the big marketing effort comes in. So we see applications just opening up as this tool becomes known and available to more and more people.
I love the emotional connection that it fosters, especially the college example is terrific, Marc. So this all just begs seeing an example of this, given that you're talking about it. Can you show us some examples?
I'll be glad to. So let me just share my screen here. And I'm going to show right now that we're actually in the SundaySky platform right now. And this is an example with Okta, a company that does single sign-on software, very popular with enterprises. We're a customer, and we use it for security for accessing all of the applications that we license as a company. You're in the software right now, so you can bring in your brand assets right over here. You can decide on themes, so you don't have to be an expert in After Effects. You can decide music. We build in 30,000 tracks of music, or we can suggest with our Copilot what music would be recommended. So that's AI suggesting. We can decide what voices you want, male or female voice, language, accents. All these are synthetic AI voices. You can bring in your own media, or we build in licensed media from Getty with over 9 million different images available to you. And then you can connect to data. You can decide what data you want to connect to, whether it's a flat file, or you can go to our data connector library and just one step click into different popular programs, whether they're things like HubSpot or Salesforce, Marketo, lots of different choices. So easy to use software. And when you see a screen, it kind of looks like a PowerPoint screen. But when you start drilling in on it, and I'll make this a little bit bigger for us here. When you start drilling in on it, you'll see things here like personalization. So this is going to click. The company name's personalized. The person's name can be personalized. And as you go through this, it may be deciding personalized what products you've bought. So how many products you've bought, what support package that you have purchased. So did you access our easy access support, a low level of support, a high level of support, all this information. A video, it grabs the data in real time. And then when you go ahead and create that video, it will just start playing that video. It's faster when it's not on the platform here, but this is just a...
Hello, and welcome to Okta. We're excited to show you around as you take your first steps with us. This short video will review key resources and next steps to ensure you get the most value.
I'm going to pause here for a second. We even have chapters built in here, so you can move around if you want to come back to this video, but it knows what steps you've already taken, who you are, what you've purchased. I'll just play it for another few seconds and then we'll move on.
Out of Okta. Okta helps organizations manage access and authentication across workforce identities. We'll help connect your workforce seamlessly to any app to ensure that everyone can safely use any technology. Here's a highlight of the Okta products you have access to. You chose the basic support package, which means you'll have access.
If I go to the end of this video here, then there's, as you were referencing earlier, Dave, I popped off of there, but there were calls to action there about getting in touch with somebody, being able to book an appointment, download a white paper, whatever you want them to do next can be right there. So easy to use, easy After Effects, modify it whenever you want, create as many as you want. All you do is pay for your annual subscription. You learn how to use the product. And by the way, when we onboard you with videos and we teach you how to use the product. So that's what we've done. And then Dave, I thought, in a few minutes, I can also just take us and show you how you create a new video. And I'll just spend a couple minutes doing that, if that's all right.
Sure. Absolutely, Mark.
So let me share my screen again, and I'm going right back to here.
One quick point while you're setting up, Mark, as you're doing that, is the ability to test and learn which types of video things will have more impact in terms of keeping people watching the video and taking action. That was one other very powerful thing when we were using it, because we didn't know what would get people educated. Did we have the right way of doing it? And I think the way you guys have designed it, the ability to swap in and out worked really well for us.
Absolutely. We can do A/B testing. Our product includes analytics, deep analytics, so that you can understand what video was watched or where people drop off. So if you have a 3-minute, if people are dropping off at 2.5 minutes, do you have the ability to reshape your content and bring it down to a 2.5 minute?
Mm-hmm.
And does that improve your conclusion and rate? So what can you cut out that's not necessary? So the combination of being able to test and have analytics reinforces that entire cycle.
Yep.
Great point. So if I go back to my screen here, and if I want to create a new video, all I have to do is click on new video, and it gives me 3 choices. First, I can use Copilot. That's our AI. Or I can use pre-built story templates. That's great if you just want to start with something, you kind of have an idea, but you want to see what's in the library. You can start there, and I'll show that in a second. Or if you've been using it for a while and you want to just start from scratch, great. By the way, you can use any videos that you've created before as your own templates and modify those. But if I go into story templates, I can look here and I can look at pre-built examples of templates here, and not popping up right now. It might be bandwidth constraint. I am in a hotel traveling right now. Oh, here we go. So it's starting to bring up different examples of, what do you want to do? Is it for, what by industry or by goals? You can, look and feel channels. If I pick healthcare, like you were talking about earlier, we have pre-built examples around benefits or enrollment confirmation or general education. So you can pick from one of these. Or like I mentioned, you can go right to our Copilot. And with Copilot, it takes you to our AI. So with the AI example, and give me a second for that to pop up. I'll stop sharing until that does come up with the bandwidth. So with AI, just like using other AIs, you can just start typing in prompts, and that way you can go ahead and create your own video. So I'll show you what that looks like here, and we're right back in. So now you're in our AI. So this is kind of great for doing what I call solving the blank page problem. If you're a writer, if you're creating a presentation, getting started is always the hardest thing to do. So let's just say, I wanted to create a video, and I want to create a video. So like create a video that explains my healthcare benefits. So if I just put in something like that, the AI will take a look at that, and it's going to ask me some questions, kind of what I want to do. So and it gives me some options to choose. And you can take these options. You can give it different examples. You can go with a mix. But maybe I just want to, for the sake of expediency, say, oh yeah, this is my large company. Let me just get started with number 1. So if I put that in, it's going to come right back now and say, what's the goal here? What are you trying to do? Do we want to inform them about their choices, their benefits when they onboard? Do we want to promote them, for recruiting, or maybe, it's a refresher to make sure they're using it? Well, let's go with refresher here, and we'll get to that point. And now they want to know, are there any specifics, that we're looking for? And maybe I want them to focus on number 3, because I know that drives better outcomes, lower costs, and people can get immediate access, especially in today's world where sometimes doctors aren't available. So based on what we've put in, it's going ahead and saying, okay, here's your video brief right here. And it's going to talk about, kind of what the subject is and the goal, what the tone is, and it's going to suggest the scenes. And if I like this, it's also going to tell me how long this is. If I'm happy with it, I'll type create, and it will just create that video. Once I do that, I have the video. Now, the nice thing is that's where I get started. Then I can just modify it. Maybe I bring my brand in if I haven't already. I can customize name. I can make a data connector. Maybe there's a couple images I want to change a little bit, but I can do those things. And then I have my video. So literally, we have people that are creating these in under an hour. And when you think about the old days of video, going from months to something in an hour at your fingertips, it's a whole new world.
Yeah. Wow. So you're starting to see how AI is already reshaping your ability to do this. Marc, there's been a lot of publicity about new video creation tools, such as on the OpenAI platform, where you can just type in and they create a video. But this feels more purpose-driven, more focused on business needs, based on learning that you have. Tell me a bit more, just to frame the difference between what SundaySky offers and the more what I would call AI generic video capabilities that are getting launched.
Yeah, I think those other tools, they may be fine for an individual. Let's just say a coach is trying to create something for, they have an executive coaching business or a life coach business. Some of those tools might be okay for them. The big difference here is that, we're data driven, which enables personalization. We harness AI to make it easier and faster to create videos, but I like to say we're AI safe and AI secure. We only look at licensed content. We only look at your content. We're not going to look at anybody else's content to create your video. And you decide what the final product is. It's not AI run amok. So it helps you get going faster. So if you get 60, 70% of the way there, you just worked faster. Now you massage it. It's still your product. It's still speaking in your voice, your tone. So it's safe and secure in terms of both licensing and the final product, and it's scalable. So this is an enterprise class product. So this is not an SMB product that you might see that somebody has a free version and maybe a low paid version and maybe a little higher paid version. Those might be great for companies with 1, 2, 3 people. Our core customers are mid-market companies that have 50 million to a couple billion of revenue. And then we have software oriented for large enterprises, 2 billion and above. But what we're just finding is that there's so many companies in that kind of mid-market that this opens up that possibility that there's just tremendous velocity in the adoption of tools like this now that they've become available and people are becoming educated on the possibility.
Yeah, and in the mid-market, they don't have the resources to throw, major dollars at agencies or have big creative teams in-house. So they need this to be able to create it. And I think once you start using video, you start to see opportunities across the customer experience. And I'm
Yeah.
sure that's something you've noticed in some of the companies you work with.
It's really rewarding because people become thankful, and it's for customer communications. It also becomes internal communications. It may be customers. We have people that if they have an event coming up, a conference, they send out a personalized invite for all the conference attendees, what to expect, what the format is. But it's a video. It's engaging. It's friendly. And Dave, if I may, I'm just going to go back to my screen for one more second because we did create an AI video here. So I just thought it'd be kind of fun to say, well, let's just see what that looks like. So this is.
Welcome back to Google's Health Benefits, where your well-being is our priority. Let's explore the innovative services designed to support your health journey. Discover how Google's commitment to employee well-being shines through its comprehensive health benefits package. Learn why understanding and utilizing these benefits is key to fostering a healthy work environment. Explore the future of healthcare with Google's telemedicine services. Learn how this convenient option seamlessly.
So I'll just pause there. But the bottom line is we talked about telemedicine. We said it was Google, like a Google plan.
Oh, you're
My
frozen.
company, logos and images and fonts, and I might modify a few images, but I could have that video ready for production of before midday, and then send it out to all of my employees in a personalized way.
Amazing. Amazing.
So
So how is the pricing on this, Mark? How does that work? Is it a subscription, a license?
So we sell an annual, it's SaaS software, so it's an annual subscription. The way to think about this is we have two models for that mid-market. One that is not real-time data, so it uses data, but you use a flat file, so a CSV file, an Excel file. Then we have one that is real-time data, connectors to Salesforce and to HubSpot, things like that. So there's two different price points depending if you want real-time data connectivity or if a flat file will meet your needs. And both of these are, well under the cost of an FTE. So, if you can justify a person or a part of a person, you've paid for your software. Every other video you create after that, you're in the money. So the ROI typically is described here in months, not so you're getting a disproportional ROI on your annual subscription cost. For our large enterprises, it's a bit higher price, but it's giving them more users, more seats, more access, full data connectivity. And in those cases, again, it's still cost effective. I mean, you might think about it in a tech firm as being the cost of an FTE. But usually what our customers are finding is it's helping them not hire additional success managers or additional account managers.
Right.
It's, they're saving by they're not getting rid of a job. They're just having to hire more people that they may be having a hard time finding anyways. So in all cases, our customers find that there's a high ROI on this. And of course, in the marketing side, they're just getting more engagement, more conversion. And so heavily used in account-based marketing and personalized marketing. So they're not necessarily measuring the ROI on an FTE. They're saying this converts at a higher rate, and therefore, we're generating business, and that's our ROI payback.
So as we close here, Mark, if someone's interested in learning more, getting a demo and all of that, they just go to SundaySky.com. Is that?
Go to SundaySky.com, book a demo. Anybody can connect with me on LinkedIn. I have a unique name. I'm responsive, and I'll connect you with the right people. Happy to do that too. We're very much a hands-on company. We love talking with customers. It's a lot of fun because we really help. So it's easy to do when you believe in it and you just see the power. And Dave, I'm a 60-pluser and I still engage with video. I think as people skew younger than me, this is how they communicate. And you got to be speaking to people in the way that they process and retain information. And that's with video. And when you make it personalized and data-driven, now you've just taken it up to the next level, and it's totally relatable. So this is how things go in the future, and we're a great tool for people to get there.
Terrific, Mark. Thank you for being a pioneer with me in terms of this interview series, but also a pioneer in terms of making personalized video something that marketers can use. I really appreciate it. I hope everybody's learned something. And to borrow a phrase that Mark used that I often use as well, I hope it expands your sense of the art of the possible. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Dave. All right, have a great day. Bye.
Yep. Bye-bye.